Well, this time of the year, it's very common for your tire pressure light to come on, and when it does, most people usually ignore it. But is that a good thing? I'm here with Mark Ondition, who's the owner of Luzerne Tire. Mark, let's start there. The tire pressure light comes on. Should you ignore it, or should you get out and check your tires?
No, absolutely. The tire pressure light's a good thing. A lot of people say they hate the light, but what that does is that makes you come to me or go somewhere, make sure your tires are properly inflated. Properly inflated tires mean proper tire wear and fuel economy. It's very important.
All right, so as soon as that happens, you should obviously get out the tire gauge. You should check and measure to see what the pressure is inside the tire. But what exactly is the correct number that you should be at, or where the kind of an estimate of where you should be at with that tire gauge?
A good estimate that we use on everything is basically 35 pounds. Light trucks and regular passenger cars, 35 pounds. Heavier trucks require more air, 3/4 ton trucks, stuff like that. But 35 pounds is a pretty good neutral place to be.
Okay, now let's say we're one of those people who don't really understand how exactly to fill up the tire pressure. So obviously you go to any gas station, just about has them. Turkey Hills have them. So you could do it on your own. You don't have to go to a garage in order to do it. So let's just say you pull up, you're gonna do it yourself. How exactly would you go about doing it and filling up that tire pressure?
Well, if you're gonna do it yourself, you should have a tire gauge, which I don't have the pen type tire gauge here, but we use a digital gauge to make sure it's right. And number two is, on every single car, on the passenger side door jamb, when you open the door, there's a little tag in there and it'll tell you how much air to put in there. I wouldn't always trust a gauge at a Turkey Hill or a Sheetz or stuff like that. It's just sometimes they're not accurate. Sometimes they let more air out than they're putting in. So good rule of thumb is if you try to have a gauge with you, 35 pounds is always a good thing, and if you're not sure, it's on that tag on the door or in the owner's manual of the car.
Okay, and if you're in a situation that you feel uncomfortable, that you can't change it yourself, you could always come down here, right, to Luzerne Tire, and you guys could fix it for them.
Absolutely. We don't charge anything for air. You can come in, we'll check the tires so that they're properly inflated, and we can even show you how to do it. We do that a lot.
Hey, well, that sounds good to me, Mark. Mark, obviously, thank you for your time. Very helpful hints that you just gave out to everybody that's listening right now. And continue to keep watching SSPTV News.